Just to gauge interest, who would like it if instead of presenting the gaming news you were looking forward to, we started talking about your health? No? I imagine that's how a lot of people felt when Nintendo didn't announce the Switch 2 yesterday and instead announced Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo. An alarm clock. This is what happens when you wish for new Nintendo hardware using a monkey's paw.
I also wished for new PS5 games on that paw.
Alarmo's killer app is supposed to be its optional motion detection. It'll make game sounds when you move. You can snooze the alarm with a gesture and turn off the alarm by simply getting up. It even tracks your sleep and movement while in bed. This is a project the company has had in the works for years, apparently. Late Nintendo president Satoru Iwata announced a non-wearable sleep tracking device almost 10 years ago. And the company is very proud of all that work, obviously, since they published a 4-part interview with the developers. When I heard about it, I just expected it to be like a dollar store keychain thing, you know?
A dollar store keychain alarm clock?
Yeah, the fact that they put all that work into it is maybe why it costs $100. That's quite a bit, considering Nintendo recommends turning off its motion detecting and using it like a regular alarm clock if you sleep with another person in the bed, making it the only thing I know of, outside of religious parents, that punishes you for getting lucky. If you buy this thing, you're incentivized to stay alone.
Stay single, trust no one, Alarmo.
In other Nintendo news, the company opened limited applications for a Switch Online playtest that filled up in seconds. The rumor is it's for a new cloud streaming feature, perhaps, seeing as Nintendo recommends playtesters use TV mode and have a wired connection. Or, hear me out, Alarmo Digital Edition. They're going all in on Alarmo. Ubisoft is facing a lawsuit over allegations it illegally shared customer data with, who else? Meta. According to the filing, anything you do on the Ubisoft website, such as purchasing games from the Ubisoft store or subscribing to Ubisoft Plus, could be tracked and sent to Meta along with other personally identifying information. The complaint alleges that this transmission is exposing PII without consent and violates several laws, including the Federal Wiretap Act. The complaint was filed as a class action, though it has yet to be certified as such. Perhaps because the two listed plaintiffs, Trevor Lakes and Alex Rajob, are the only two people willing to buy things from Ubisoft's website. Regardless, the lawsuit couldn't come at a worse time for Ubisoft. The company's shares tanked so badly that owners are potentially considering a private buyout. It probably won't happen though, because Ubisoft has a brilliant idea that's sure to right the ship. A Web3 game. Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles will go live this month on gaming blockchain Oasis. And that's real. Multiple controversies have rocked the eSports world, proving that unathletic nerds can have scandals too. Dota 2 professional player Akbar Suneko Buteyev allegedly threatened rival player Ammar ATF Al-Asaf during an official tournament over comments ATF made in a ranked match months ago. ATF and witnesses claim Suneko put his arm on his shoulder, threatened him, and then asked him to step outside. Suneko released a longer statement denying he threatened any physical violence. He touched ATF's shoulder in friendship and wanted to go somewhere private without witnesses for a calm, rational conversation.
With friendship!
About their favorite Pokemon and stuff. We're uncertain exactly what transpired, but in response to these serious allegations, the tournament organizers decided that Suneko's team would get a level 3 penalty when playing ATF's team, which just means they get a little less time to choose heroes.
And don't you forget it.
But hey, surprise happy ending, the players squashed the beef. We've come a long way since Xbox Live. In other news, Tekken 8 player XCC was disqualified from an official Bandai Namco tournament because he's a Chinese resident. The tournament's official rules only allow players from eligible countries to participate, but not only was XCC allowed to compete, he made it to the top 8 before anyone bothered to check that he listed his home country as China when he signed up for the tournament. Fortunately, XCC will be given another chance at the Tekken World Tour alongside the other Chinese players who were also allowed to compete. I feel like if you're banning countries, that's something you check.
You check at the door, you say, hey, you come from China?
I mean, that's like missing out on this great deal from our sponsor, Secret Lab. Their Magnus Pro sit-to-stand desk has an ultra-durable steel chassis and a metal tabletop. This is perfect because A, it goes with a name, which sounds like a transformer, and B, it means it's compatible with a range of magnetic accessories, including LTT Store's cable management line. But on its own, the Magnus Pro's no slouch in that department. Its patent-pending integrated power supply column and full-length cable management tray means your cable spaghetti stays between you and Primus, the progenitor god of the Transformers. Stay with me here. You can attach a PC mount, laptop mount, cable sheaths, and more. Explore all the possibilities at lmg.gg/MagnusPro and transform your setup. Okay, sorry, I'm done. Okay, how about for these quick bits? We do a quick bit of aerobic exercise. Still no? Fair enough. Near Studios, a new game studio founded by former Bethesda, BioWare, and Naughty Dog staff, has announced its debut game, Hawthorn. The game has been described as a mix between a Skyrim sandbox and Stardew Valley, though the more obvious comparison is the children's fantasy series Redwall. I read the hell out of that series. Mostly for the food descriptions. The gameplay trailer features innumerable small woodland creatures who live as medieval peasants, farming, cooking, building, dancing, fishing, making friends, dragging giant pumpkins telekinetically. Though that brings up questions of its own. If every other animal in this world has human-like sentience, why not fish? I wondered that myself watching the trailer. Is there some kind of rodent feudal system? Is there a rat king? And is he an actual rat king? Read the books to find out. Bungie is finally done being accused of plagiarizing art for Destiny 2. Now they're copying storylines. Allegedly. Louisiana-based writer Kelsey Martineau has filed a lawsuit against the video game developer because he thinks the Red Legion featured in the game when it launched in 2017 sounds a lot like the Red Legion from Martineau's own work he published online in 2013 and 2014. This is now the fourth time someone's work was alleged to be ripped off for Destiny 2. Just a month ago, Bungie promised to compensate an artist for using their work in a Nerf collaboration. To be fair, Bungie was under a lot of pressure. It's Nerf or nothing. This is the second Nerf reference we've made in so many months.
Yep.
Paradox has finally come out with an update on Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, saying that the game will be more of a spiritual successor rather than a direct sequel. What might be more disappointing for fans is that the game will also be a linear action RPG reminiscent of Dishonored, rather than an open sim. As in the kind of game where you can skip a boss by dropping a piano through a convenient skylight. Bloodlines 2's development has been chaotic, but it's worth remembering that the original Bloodlines was released as a buggy mess, and its original developer went bust only a few months later. If Paradox still exists post-launch, it'll mark a relative success. Dreamhaven, the game developer / publisher created by Blizzard co-founder Mike Morhaime, finally revealed what it's been working on. Sunderfolk, a couch co-op, turn-based tactical RPG. Stay with me. The game is designed to be played on a large screen while players control their characters through a companion app on their phone. Outlets are calling it Gloomhaven meets Jackbox, or D&D meets Jackbox. Dreamhaven calls it an all-new couch co-op experience, but I call it Eon Alter, a 2016 indie co-op RPG developed by Flying Helmet Games that was played from a companion app and whose story was tragically never finished because the developers didn't get exactly the type of exposure that Sunderfolk is getting. Eon Alter is still on Steam, but the app is no longer on app stores, and we can't guarantee it'll work if you sideload it. Please come back, Flying Helmet Games. The world needs you. But, or do they? Because this other game's, okay. And RG, that's the name of the studio?
It's Ryu Gagoku.
I'm not gonna,
I called it, yes, you're welcome.
Okay. And RGG studio director Masayoshi Yokoyama revealed that upcoming game, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, which I just learned about today. This is fantastic. Where fan favorite character Goro Majima develops amnesia and becomes a pirate. Yes. Started life from a different game idea called Like a Dragon, Tuna. What the f? This surprised me. As I thought, pirate Yakuza in Hawaii started life as an acid trip. Apparently Tuna would have starred OG protagonist Kazuma Kiryu as a fisherman who takes to the sea to fight fishing boats. It just didn't make sense though. So they went with a plot about an amnesiac sailing a Spanish galleon to fight pirates dressed like Blackbeard off the coast of modern day Hawaii. Do you ever read words and then you just immediately feel pain?
I'm having an acid trip right now.
You know what? It probably makes a lot more sense for you to come back on Tuesday for more gaming news. The world is a chaotic place. This is supposed to be a sanctuary of sanity, and look.
We got Nintendo alarm clocks and modern day Golden Age pirates.